All right, everyone, we're ready to get started. Welcome. Thank you all for coming here on this very chilly Monday morning to celebrate the reopening of the main library. This project has been 2 years in the making, and these are the moments that we've been waiting for. Yesterday, when we opened the doors to the community for the first time, we were overjoyed to see so many new faces and familiar faces. Not to mention all the books they checked out, the computers that were used, the studying that was done in the study room. And this project wouldn't have been possible without the support of the community and our many partners who are going to speak here today. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Christine Pockert-Rangel, President of the St. Joe County Public Library.
Good morning. It's nice to be inside. But on behalf of the board of the St. Joseph County Public Library, I welcome you. Today is about you. Being welcomed to our 2021 Public Library of St. Joseph County. Thank yous are being sent to our staff, our benefactors, our volunteers, and you, our patrons. If you do not have a library card, get one and use it, both in person and digitally. After we finish today, come on in and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. And now, Mayor James Mueller from the City of South Bend.
Good morning. It's great to see everyone here in the library. We see the excitement in our community for this great new asset in the heart of our city. And it's been a long time coming for sure. It's something that I was proud to work on in my former role as Executive Director of Community Investment. And some at the time may have said it's skeptical. Why is the city getting involved in different jurisdictions, county library, all of this? But of course, now that we see the fruits of that investment, I don't think anyone's questioning why the city got involved and was proud to be a partner of the library and with the Community Foundation. And we've heard the spiel many times before, but libraries really are the most democratic, small d, institution in our society, where you have generations from young to old. You have income levels from the poorest individuals to the highest income individuals. So this is a convening place for everyone to come together and make sure that we're having those discussions we need to have, civic discussions, as well as finding resources. Because we know libraries are more than just books. There are plenty of books in the library, but there are a lot of other things going on too. And so libraries will continue to be an important institution in our society throughout, no matter what technology brings into the future. So the city was proud to be a part of this project and looks forward to continuing our partnership with the library, Community Foundation, to activate this space and make sure our community is getting the programming that it needs to succeed. So thank you again, and also, I guess, thanks to our Common Council. They took a part in making this possible too, getting the city's bonding financing through. And so, it takes a team and everyone here, so thank all of you as well.
We just said, let's take a chance, and maybe the vision will be so compelling that the county council will put even more money into it, and maybe even the city of South Bend will put money into it, and maybe local philanthropists will put money into it. And there the conversation began. I have to say that Deb, at any point of that journey, very early on, could have explained to me very reasonably why this was just too big a dream, too much under all these circumstances that are always going on for us to even dare to dream about. She never did that. She never waved me off. I would have gone away, believe it or not, but you didn't wave me off. I didn't go away, and I'm so thrilled with this result. I want to just explain a little bit. We couldn't raise private support for a project that we couldn't describe, and that's where Alex Lamas and his team from Rangel, one of the best architectural firms in the world, came in. He he and his team worked with the library to give this vision a shape and a form that then we could bring to philanthropists. So I'm just going to mention quickly how our commitment for $10 million from the Community Foundation came about. There are only 5 named spaces in this building. There is going to be a beautiful donor wall installed in the coming weeks that captures the essence of why people support libraries. But let me just give you a couple of glimpses of this, because this wasn't just about money from these sources, it was about the experience of lives lived that inspire and bring meaning and purpose to this space. The Judd Layton Foundation sponsored the new Judd Layton Auditorium, where we can enjoy arts, lectures, film, discussions, political debates. You have it all in an easily accessible, beautiful auditorium where everybody belongs. The Richard Feil family Courtyard. Dick Feil has been a supporter of park spaces in the community for a long time. He's also in support of accessibility because 2 of Dick's 3 children are in wheelchairs. This is personal to him, and the Courtyard was a perfect fit. Pete and Wilma Veldman Children's Area. Pete and Wilma were immigrants from Europe who came here and exemplified the American dream. They started Tire Rack, they employed hundreds of individuals, they walked the floor every day, they knew every employee by name. Their story should continue to inspire. Upstairs, the James and Marjorie Wilson Local and Family History area. James and Marjorie Wilson were as broad in their interests as the library is, supporting the arts, education, civic engagement, and family history. And finally, my favorite space, if one can have a favorite in such a beautiful place, is Kernet Hall, a round space that's going to have a beautiful roundish table that's 2 stories high, that's almost cathedral-like in its feel, and it's named after 2 extraordinary men, longtime Mayor of Mishawaka, Bob Buter, longtime Mayor of South Bend, and then Governor Joe Kernan. One a Republican, one a Democrat, lifelong commitment to public service, to good humor, to mutual respect, to the common good. It's an example we cannot forget at this time of all times, and I look forward to us coming together in that space. So much else happened that helped us achieve this ambitious goal. There was significant Lilly Endowment support in this, primarily due to the major grant that the LIFT Network secured from Lilly Endowment that invested in the Community Learning Center. The African American Community Fund was an early booster for this project. And that's because when you look around, this is what community is. This is a source of hope. The Community Foundation will be moving here in the coming weeks because we want to cast eyes every day on why we do our work. So with that, I just want to say it was a great privilege of my life to work with Deb and her team. And one last thing that was a great privilege, I have never been on a building project from the inside going up. The renovation, the particular puzzles of renovating this beautiful space, but to see the brick walls going up, to see the pavers going in, the drywall get hung, I just can't say enough about Bulley and Andrews and all those trades who worked like hell during a pandemic to make this happen on time. So anyway, that was something I'll never forget as I look around these walls. Thank you.
And now I would like to invite Alex Lamas, partner at Robert A.M. Stern Architects, to come up.
Good morning. When we gathered on a bright, blustery day in January, 22 months ago, to break ground on this library construction project, none of us could have imagined the enormous challenges that have marked our recent past. Excuse me. The fact that we are standing here today, opening the doors to the library, is a testament to the strength and resilience of this community, and especially the many minds and hands that have made this long-awaited dream a reality. Inside, you will find a completely updated and reimagined library with state-of-the-art facilities for children, teens, readers of all ages, an expanded local history section, a new technology center directly accessible from Wayne Street, and the community education center. In the education center, new meeting rooms, classrooms, a civic auditorium, and offices for the Community Foundation, which will mark a new civic front door on Michigan Street. A new courtyard and garden anchors these activities, bringing light and air to the center of the block. This building is a project and the work of many hands. Thanks to the St. Joseph County Library, the Community Foundation of St. Joseph County, the City of South Bend, for underwriting the project on behalf of the people of St. Joseph County. We were extremely fortunate to collaborate with Deb Futa, Trish Coleman, Sarah Hill at the library, and Rose Meissner at the foundation, who were ideal partners to the design team from start to finish. My colleagues at Ramsa, including Melissa Del Vecchio, Susan Ryder, Kaveri Singh, put their hearts into this work, as did our colleagues Jeff and Sally Engelmeyer, Darla Aldred, Eric Jensen, and Ben Sass at Arkos Design, along with the many engineers and design consultants. Thank you to the A-team from our construction managers, Bulley Andrews, including Mike Lemons, Glenn Pierce, Antonia Winfrey, Jackson Camp, and our irrepressible superintendent, Jay Quinn. Thanks also to the many subcontractors who braved COVID, a tight labor market, and major and recurrent delays while keeping to the schedule, and through it all, maintaining a very high standard of both quality and civility. Please give all those who built this project a hand. A library is a work of civic optimism. It is an investment like no other in your community and its people, open to all. It is also a direct connection, to the long progressive march of knowledge and culture that provides our best hope in overcoming the many challenges and divisions of our own day. Our greatest wish is that you will embrace this building and enjoy its many treasures for decades to come. Thank you.
And now, to speak on behalf of the St. Joe County Public Library staff, we have Lisa O'Brien, our Director of Development.
On behalf of the library staff, I would like to say thank you to everyone who made this building possible. Yesterday at our grand opening, we were delighted to see our community back at the main library. People of all ages and backgrounds came together and they shared their amazement at what they saw. One of our staff members even overheard someone saying, "I feel really proud of South Bend right now. This is a really proud moment." The library staff has been eagerly awaiting this day, and we are proud to work in such a beautiful building and to have the resources and space to serve our community. We are ready to warmly welcome all, and we look forward to helping community members daily as they learn, grow, and connect for years to come. So thank you. Your library staff welcomes you to your new public library.
And of course, we have Deborah Futa, the Executive Director of the St. Joe County Public Library.
I like the way you said, "of course," Jenny. That was. It's going to be hard to follow Rose and Alex because they said a lot of the same things that I want to say. Yesterday, though, I felt like we won the Oscar, and I've never given an Oscar speech, so this is going to be my chance. Over 2,200 people walked through the doors of the main library yesterday for the first time, and to see the looks of surprise and delight and discovery on their faces is something we're going to treasure for a long time to come. The main library first opened its doors to the public in 1896, so it seems so fitting that 125 years later we're doing it again at 304 South Main Street. This is our spot. The main library, that main library constructed in the 1950s, was a solid building, and we're standing in the center of it now. It was built like a fortress to carry the weight of all the books. And it is inside this building, dedicated in 1960, that we've created a new kind of main library built for the generations to come. Today is a day for celebration, and we are so excited to be here. But we didn't get here, as you all know, without a lot of help along the way. A project like this one has many, many people involved, and this is a perfect day to thank them. So let me add my thanks to what Rose and Alex already said. Thanks to our partners, the Community Foundation, especially Rose Meisner, and the City of South Bend, especially Mayor Mueller, for helping us achieve a bigger dream than we ever thought was going to be possible. To our design teams at Ramza and Arkos, Alex Lamas, Missy Del Vecchio, Sue Ryder, Jeff Engelmeyer, Eric Jensen, Sally Engelmeyer, Reagan Miller, Darla Aldred, and Ben Sass, you designed a beautiful building and grounds that are going to stand the test of time. To Bulley Andrews, our construction team, our dream team, Jay Quinn, Jackson Camp, Antonia Winfrey, Glenn Pierce, and Mike Lemons. We made it. We made it. Thank you. Thanks to our contractors, the modern-day craftsmen, artisans, masons, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, and finishers. Many of you live in this community, and this is your library. And to our library board, both past and present, whose unwavering support and encouragement has made this essential. To Don Napoli, who's not here today, but who also dreamed of a new main library. And I want to thank my team. Here's where it gets difficult for me. Thank you, Trish Coleman, who's been the other half of my brain for so long. To Sarah Hill, who had a clear vision about finishes and who led the way in rethinking our IT. To Jenny Henneke, who's been leading our rebranding and our outreach and so many other things that are going to see us into the future. To Nancy Corporal, who shepherded our finances. And to Bob Goethals, who started as our facilities manager in the middle of this project and probably got more than he bargained for when he was doing it. Thank you all. And to all of our employees, you have been amazing, and I couldn't be prouder to work with you. And sometimes the people who make a huge difference are the people who you rely on when you're not at the office. So thank you to my personal band of wingnuts, my husband David, my son Ben, for always having my back. Welcome home, everybody. And now it's time to cut a ribbon. Thank you.